Welcome. Hello. I can't tell you how fantastic it is to see all of you here. It's a great day to be a Golden Eagle. Thank you for coming out. I'm happy to share with you a piece of news you don't expect. We this morning had our wrap-up interview with the accreditation team that is here for their 10-year evaluation of the institution. And I have never heard such positive comments from any accreditation team compared to what they said about the University of Charleston today. Thanks to all of you for making us the strong institution we are and bringing those great compliments from our accreditation visitors. So it's great news for us. We're here now to break ground inside, symbolically, for the Russell and Martha Wehrle Innovation Center. This is a big deal. You're here at the start of a building that will bring distinction to the University of Charleston. In this Innovation Center, an addition that will be built on the parking lot, in that center, students will think new thoughts, they will develop new physical items, and they will create new ways of doing things. And in this athletic part of the new Innovation Center, our student athletes will win championships. It's been a long time coming. It all began more than 12 years ago when, thanks to Triana Energy, we joined with CAMC to buy Watt Powell Park. Now, this weekend, they have dedicated and opened a cancer center there. And today, we do groundbreaking here for our Innovation Center. History is sometimes fun to watch. The naming of the Innovation Center honors Russell and Martha Wehrle, two truly outstanding leaders of West Virginia. And I hope all of you get to hear their stories of what they did for this state. And the $5 million gift from the Martha Gaines and Russell Wehrle Foundation is what made it possible for us to be here today. We will forever be grateful to them for their confidence in what we can do and for their commitment to innovation. So what's in this building? You can check out the boards here, which let you know what will be in the building. There's also a video that we put on our website, ucwv.edu, which walks you through the plans for the building. When you come in the building, again, the addition in the parking lot, you will enter an atrium, which will stimulate your thought and thinking about innovation. If you go straight ahead, you will be right up there at that balcony entrance, and you will enter this athletic facility. If you take a little turn to the right from that atrium, you will enter the Innovation Center that will be the hub of the innovation activities for the university, and we hope also for this community. There will be locker rooms. There will be video rooms that we haven't had before for student athletes to use. There will be a suite for the president to help encourage people to write more checks for the university. There will be a connection to the Clay Tower building so you can walk directly into this building. And there will be demonstration areas and motivational areas about innovation which we think will touch the life of every student who comes to the institution. Are they beginning construction? So, are we in trouble? There are a number of people who are going to speak to you. We will all talk as quickly as we can, but we want you to have different perspectives about where we are. And one of those perspectives comes from Todd Corey, who's the Vice President for BBL Carleton and the head of the entire design and build team. So, Todd, where are we in this project? Come on up. When are we going to be finished?
Thank you, Dr. Welch. Good afternoon. BBL Carleton is grateful to be a part of this exciting project.
Get right into it.
All right. Sorry. I'd like to thank Dr. Welch, the university, and all the supporters who have made this day possible. We've all been working on it for quite some time, several years. I'd also like to thank some individuals, Cleta Harless, Gary Boyd, Dr. Forrester, along with our design team of Associated Architects, Potesta Associates, Stroud Pence, and ZDS Design, who have been working hard over the last few months to finalize our design. The renovation of the Eddie Keek Gym will not only upgrade the basketball arena, add new athletic offices and locker rooms, but will create a new innovation center that will transform the campus and inspire students, athletes, and the community. BBL Carleton is a proud supporter of UC, and we've been fortunate enough to be part of many campus improvements over the years. We are very excited to begin work on the new Russell and Martha Wehrle Innovation Center. Thank you.
He didn't give me, I only want to hear 8 words from him. You know, we will finish on time and under budget, so, right? Fonda Elliott has been on the UC board since 2003. She and her husband, John, who is here, are themselves business entrepreneurs. They are also million-dollar donors to the Innovation Center. In addition to being innovators themselves, they are truly great people and wonderful people to have as friends. Fonda Elliott.
Okay. I'm always trying to keep him straight too, but he corrects it. Welcome, and thank you all for coming. I'm particularly impressed to see the students. I'm so glad you're involved and excited about this. This is for you, so hang in there. You're going to reap some great rewards from this Innovation Center. Innovation, we're hearing a lot about innovation today. Just what does it mean? Innovation is defined as a new idea, a method or process of introducing a new idea, something original. The opposite of innovation, tradition, habit, stagnation. Innovation is the result of asking what if, of thinking outside the box, thinking instead of perpetuating the status quo. Steve Jobs, entrepreneur, inventor, and of course co-founder of Apple, stated, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." The concept of innovation is pervasive in our culture today. New thinking breeds new work, new expectations, and new pathways to success. Much of the new thinking comes from the private sector. I was not surprised when browsing the term innovation to find that one of the hottest new positions in the corporate world is the initials IS, Innovation Strategist. No longer is it okay just to be the CEO and the CFO, Innovation Strategist. It is not just a buzzword, it is a path forward. In our quickly changing world, standing still often results in falling behind. And as you all know, the University of Charleston certainly doesn't stand still. Innovation is all around us. UC is not the first learning institution to give this label to a new center promoting creative thinking, but what will set it apart from others will allow the university to lead the way for innovation in West Virginia. The Russell and Martha Wehrle Innovation Center will be the visible hub of this endeavor. but the real creativity will take place in the classroom, where innovation will be woven into each and every program. Creative thinking is a skill that can be taught, and the University of Charleston will create an environment that will stimulate active thinking, not passive learning. The students and faculty will be challenged to incorporate innovation into the learning process, to see the dots others don't see, and to connect them. Or as Dr. Welch states, we want our students to answer the questions others have not yet asked. Just this week, I saw a TV commercial for Shell Oil whose tagline was, "What if your idea could change the world?" We want that kind of thinking for our students at UC. We want them to know how stimulating it is to think differently. UC is an economic force in Charleston, and our students are very engaged in the Charleston community, not only as volunteers, but as interns in local businesses, healthcare facilities, pharmacies, and at the Capitol. Charleston, indeed the state, will benefit from the creative thinking students, planting the seeds of innovation throughout the community. My husband, John, and I are excited about the future of University in Charleston and are honored to make a donation to help make the Russell and Martha Wehrle Innovation Center a reality. On a personal note, John is the creative thinker in our family, never satisfied with the status quo, which I have to admit, being married to him is sometimes challenging, maybe a little annoying, but never boring, never boring. As an architecture student at Kent State University, he was expected to think creatively, defend his designs, question traditional thinking, and always looking for a better way. His innovative thinking helped define our pathway to success, certainly contributing to our ability to be here to join in this celebration today. It is our wish that each and every student at the University of Charleston will find their personal pathway to success through innovation. Thank you.
Fantastic, Fonda. Thanks so much. My sequence of speakers is different from one you have in your program, but it's got all the same names in it, so we'll be just fine. Dr. Brent Stevens served in this facility on this floor for 19 years as a volleyball coach with an incredibly successful record. For the last 3 years, she has been our athletic director and has moved our program to new heights and brought wonderful structure, discipline, and success to the program. Dr. Brent Stevens.
Wow, I'm kind of excited, just a tad, but I'm feeling a little poetic today. Are you ready? Roses are red, violets are blue. To all of the donors, I say, I love you. I know. It's a little corny. I know, I was a little bit corny. I'm sorry, but I do love you, and I'm so grateful for this project. The new Innovation Center will allow us to live the mission of the University of Charleston. It will allow our athletes to become their best selves. This new facility will be state-of-the-art. It will give us the opportunity to recruit top athletes from all over the country as well as all over the world. That's going to really help every single program that we have here at the University of Charleston. For example, in men's volleyball, we will participate in the EIVA next year. And the EIVA is made up of Princeton, Harvard, Penn State. They would not have come and played in this facility as it is right now. But we were able to engage them and tell them about this project and that it was coming along. And so they have accepted us for membership for next year. That would not be happening without this building coming to fruition. The Innovation Center, for the first time, will allow us to have all our coaches under one roof. That means I can keep them under my thumb like I want to. No, just kidding. Just kidding. They're the best staff in all of Division II. They are hardworking. They are tremendous at their jobs, and I love them too as well. This will also provide us with some opportunities for marketing and sponsorships. So from an athletic point of view, this is a defining day. This is a very special day in the history of our athletics program. And I, for one, again, am thankful to all of the donors for your support and for helping this to come to fruition. Thank you very much.
Next is Eli Desrocher. Eli is the newly elected president of the Student Government Association. He is a senior political science major and a Welch College student, and he's got helpers. Uh-oh. Okay, Eli, take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Eli Desrocher. I'm the incoming president, or student body president for the 2015-2016 academic year. This is my executive board: Andrew Atkins, Allison Mitchell, Bethany Kinder, and Jeremy Thomas. We are going to be working very hard for the students, just as Todd's going to be working very hard building this building over here. We are so excited to have the privilege to stand here with you in the presence of innovation. I speak on behalf of the students when I say we are incredibly excited for the opportunity to benefit from the new center. The students thank every one of you for laying the groundwork for what this building is to become. We truly believe that it will be a home for performance, excellence, and most importantly, innovation. We are certainly amazed by and eternally grateful for the opportunities that the Russell and Martha Wehrle Innovation Center will bring to this campus, city, and state. The students are blessed that the university's vision is finally being realized before our very eyes. So again, on behalf of the students, I thank you for what the center is to become. Go Golden Eagles, and God bless.
There's only one mayor in this city. He is outstanding, he is distinctive, and he is innovative. And thanks to us, he is also Dr. Danny Jones. He genuinely cares about this city, and he has a genuine interest in UC and in our welfare. Please welcome the Honorable Dr. Danny Jones.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I already know to get close to the microphone. I want to be heard. And all the things he said are true, and the fact he's running for re-election is also true. And I want to, first I want to, all the people that are here today are here for a reason, but mainly these UC students and athletes that involve themselves so much in our community, and by interning at our offices and working in our rec centers as lifeguards and volunteering for our special events. And a lot of them seem to find a real sense of community here, and we hope that when you graduate, you will consider staying in Charleston, West Virginia. We'd love to have you. So there's a lot of people that have helped us here, and there's a lot of people down front here that have contributed a lot to our community in various ways, a lot of them financially by checks. And since I'm here and have that privilege, I want to take time out to recognize Charlie and Mary Ellen Jones and Governor Gaston Caperton. Thank you all for being here today. It means a lot to me. Charlie Jones and I are not related, but we could be. President Welch, we appreciate your leadership and everything you've done for this community. And this presence of this school just continues to change and continues to grow and continues to matter and continues to make Charleston a much better place to live. And we thank the Wehrle family for their continued commitment to our city. They could commit anywhere they want to, but they commit here as one of those places, and we are so grateful to them. For Henry Harmon, who's going to probably follow me as a speaker. And he provides a lot of leadership and a lot of things. And he's one of those people that that does great things for our communities and doesn't want anybody to know about it. Fonda and John Elliott and all the donors that have done everything they've done for this school and for our community. I've got a bunch of things I could read to tell you what a great city Charleston is, but you already know that. So thank you all very much, and it's grateful to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Michael Wehrle is the son of Russ and Martha Gaines Wehrle and a member of the Wehrle Foundation. He was interested and tried for a long period of time to give me an opportunity to meet with the members of the foundation, and he finally set it up. And I was a little bit excited and thrilled to have that opportunity, and of course thrilled with their positive response to the vision of ways in which they could help the university move forward. So it's a pleasure to welcome him and to have him here today representing the family and saying a word about why in the world did they accept the passion for what's going to be the Innovation Center at the University of Charleston. Thank you for being here, Michael.
Does not. Thank you, Ed, and thanks so much for making all of this possible. You always sell the deal, so nobody is surprised there. What's not to like about an innovation center? Innovation is what makes our life better, right? Whether it's as simple as finding a faster, safer way to work or going all the way to finding cold fusion. Innovation is a wonderful thing. Maybe I was a lazy kid, maybe not. But my parents were amazing, just remarkable, and deeply, deeply dedicated to West Virginia and making it a better place to live. And they would get involved in small projects too, but they would take on these huge, audacious things that I mean, personally as a kid, I considered it bad judgment. I was just fascinated by how they would get themselves caught in these things that looked like they were hard. And they were going to take a long time to get results, and there was all kinds of chances of failure. But I tolerated it pretty well until I got a little older, and they started asking me to get involved in these projects, and it affected my social schedule. You students will understand that. And so I complained, and I pointed out that it was going to be a long, difficult road to get these things done, and my father always said the same thing. He said, "Son, in the walk of 1,000 miles, one must take the first step first." I'm going to say it again. In the walk of 1,000 miles, one must take the first step first. The multi-purpose athletic facility, gymnasium, it's been a necessary project at UC for a long time. And it's an honor for all of us to play a role in that. But the Innovation Center, this is just a first step. And in a very long walk, I would guess. Its success depends on all kinds of things that dwell in the house of tomorrow. And by the house of tomorrow, I mean the future. The future support of Dr. Welch and future UC leadership, certainly the Board of Trustees, the community here in Central West Virginia. Certainly the donor community is going to play a big role in whether or not it ultimately succeeds. I would imagine faculty support will be absolutely critical. If they don't get involved in this and try and make it work, it won't. Student support, whether or not you students are actually interested in the offerings of an innovation center, is going to be critical to its success. So will it work? Can this university have a successful innovation center? Well, I'm going to offer you an analogy, and I'm going to kind of leave the focus for a second. About 10 days from now, there's arguably the biggest prize fight in about 20 years in the boxing arena. Some of you may be aware of it, some of you aren't. I don't follow boxing much, but this one's hard to get away from because it's so big. Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in Las Vegas on May the 2nd. Now, Floyd Mayweather has a nickname. His nickname is Money. And his nickname is Money not because he has a lot of it or he makes a lot of it, but it's because he never loses. He's had 43 professional fights, and he has 43 wins and no losses. So you can imagine in Las Vegas to find somebody who always produces results and is reliable in a betting community, why he would get the nickname Money. Now, I'm sure that Ed Welch feels like he's lost more fights than Floyd Mayweather has. But his record at producing results at the University of Charleston is nothing short of remarkable, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of the other trustees of our foundation. He continues to choose huge, game-changing projects. And it's the same type of thing. I used to look at my parents and say, what are you doing? This will never work. This is too hard. It'll take too long. Too many things could go wrong. But he continues to choose them, and he continues to produce reliable results. And because he does, that makes the University of Charleston, and it also makes Central West Virginia a better place to live. The Innovation Center is just a first step in a very, very long walk. More than 1,000 miles, less than 1,000 miles, who knows, who cares? It's a long walk. But I like betting on Ed Welch, and I think all of our trustees do. Betting on his energy and his vision is a fantastic bet. Innovation is a fantastic pursuit, maybe the best of human pursuits. And Ed Welch is, in my opinion, the best thing to happen to education in West Virginia in my lifetime. I like the bet. I like the marriage. So that's why I'm here today, because my family and our foundation, along with it is incomparable leadership of Tom Haywood, another remarkable man who serves with us. We all believe in the Athletic Center and the Innovation Center, and most important, Ed Welch's leadership towards getting the job done. So don't bet on Mayweather, don't bet on Pacquiao, bet on Ed Welch. On behalf of our foundation, please know how honored we are to just play a small role in the beginning, the first step on this project. And thank you for listening.
That was very kind, so I appreciate it very much. Henry Harmon is the president and CEO of Triana Energy and several other companies. He's been on the UC board for about 15 years and been the chair of the board for 6 years. He helped us to get started in this project by helping us to acquire Wild Powell Park, and it's not accidental that we've named our athletic fields Triana Field. Please welcome the wonderful and giving chair of the University of Charleston board, Dr. Henry Harmon.
Well, thank you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. This is a wonderful day. It's a day that started, as all these speakers have said, a long time ago. This is a project that's been needed to be done for a long time, but there was always a priority, always something else that had to happen. But now is the right time, and this is the right approach to it. And when a lot of what you're going to see here today started with the leadership of one of my idols as a young man, Holmes Morrison, who's here with us. And I want to point out, Holmes, you should get recognition for this. I was honored to succeed Holmes as chair of the board, which just goes to show if you hang around long enough, good things can happen. I want to also thank Michael Wehrle and the Wehrle family, because they were, growing up in this community, they were one of the families that you knew was on the front edge. They were leading this community to greatness. And they were people that we admired, even though I didn't know them personally. But you could always see their handiwork in everything that was happening in this community that was good. And I can't express my appreciation for them and how encouraging it is, not only to know what they have done, but to see what they are doing. And being the lead support in this is something that's just remarkable and encouraging. Should be an encouragement to all of us to know that people who have grown up here and have made their business here and their livelihood are continuing to invest in this community. And this is a good, strong place that's going to be surviving and thriving for years to come. So I want to express my appreciation to them, and also to John and Fonda Elliott, who've stepped up and been donors here, but also great donors of their time and attention to many institutions in this community, but especially to the University of Charleston. This is a great day, and it's a great time for all of us. And I thank you for being here, and I thank you for helping to make this possible. You be patient with us, please, over the course of the next 18 months or so as this construction happens. And I look forward to the day when we can gather back around again and see the end product, and to know that the building is here, and that the Innovation Center is here and starting to organize things that are happening within the institution. I love everything that Michael said, with one exception, which is there's a reference to cold fusion. You know, Andrew and I have to sell a lot of coal and a lot of oil and gas. So well, there's lots of different ways we can all innovate. So, so thank you very much.
I'm overcome with gratitude. We have fantastic students at the University of Charleston. It's great that you are here. Everybody behind me has been an important part of getting us to today, and those that I'm looking at, whether they're donors or faculty members or staff members of UC, it's a great day of celebration, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to represent all of you in so many ways. It's time to do a little digging or turning of soil. We don't want to dig down into the wood too far. Helping us with that are Tom Haywood, that you heard his name, but he wasn't a speaker. You will see him Sunday at commencement when we give him an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Helping also is Mary Payne, who is a board member and representing the Dickinson families, who are major contributors to the Innovation Center. Cleta Harless, the Vice President for Administration and Finance, Chief Financial Officer for the university, who has overseen the development of the plans for the building, and Dr. Jerry Forster, who is our Chief of Staff and will oversee the construction work. I think that introduces everybody, and somebody's going to orchestrate this photo that we will do, and then we will have opportunities for others of you as well to come up and play with a little bit of the dirt that once was out there and now is in here. So let's do groundbreaking. Thank you.